Good morning, everybody. It is Talk to Me Tuesday. And as always, I'm Angie Atkinson, and on this channel, I offer free daily video coaching to help you discover, understand, and overcome narcissistic abuse in toxic relationships. I like to call it toxic relationship rehab. So if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button and we'll just get going. All right. So today, like I said, it's Tuesday. Talk to me. I actually normally, as you guys know, hello. Um, Normally, as Malta mentions here, we are doing the Empowered Empath with Brad. Today, I am not sure that I can do a second session, so I'm just going to do a support session today. Brad and I are going to work out a new schedule. So let us just get going, shall we? All right. Um, Today I have a person coming to visit me, my oldest son, hopefully. So I may not be available for the second session. If he makes it, then I won't be available. If he doesn't make it, then we'll have to you know. So right now I'm saying probably not. But if I do come on, I will text you guys and let you know. Jillian, good morning. Good morning, John. Morning, Malta, Arlene, Jillian again. Carrie Parker, Dima, Privacy. Let's see who else we have here. Whoops. Oh, I lost my place. There we go. Trish Meyerly. Good morning. Been a while. Yeah, how you doing, girl? Nicole Blotnicki in the house. Hey, Nicole. Colleen Brosnan. Breon Garner and his beautiful face. He says, good morning, superwoman and all. Hey. Lorian Hibbs is here. Says, good morning. Good morning. And Jillian says, good morning, marvelous Malta. Malta says, welcome to morning coffee. And good morning, my friend. How are you? I should have told you on the text this morning. I'm so sorry. I forgot to mention that. Marcy Torres says, good morning. I'm an empath too. Very happy to see you, Marcy. Welcome. Cynthia says, hi, Angie. Hey. Bonnie, hello. Maura says, good morning. I'm off nursing a sick 2-year-old today. That's always tough. Good morning. Cal in the city is here. Hello, Cal. Stephanie Nicole is here. Hello. John S. says, whoops, scroll back up. Ooh, good question. Should you try to defend yourself during a smear campaign? That's a great question. The way that I approach these is this is what I do, okay, and this is what I recommend for people. If you are in a position where there are people who know you and they know you well enough to know who you are and what you're all about, well, maybe you don't want to leave them in the dark. So maybe you want to say, this is, you know who I am, you know what I've done or what I wouldn't do. I didn't do this or this wasn't accurate. And if you know me, you know that. And, explain your side of the story briefly and as much as necessary. But if these are people who are known flying monkeys, if these are people who have kind of gone over to the dark side, so to speak, I wouldn't waste your breath. I would say it once. If they don't believe you, say, okay, believe whatever you want, walk away. Because I think what it comes down to is that, you know, you've heard that Shakespeare quote, like, the lady doth protest too much, methinks, or something like that. Methinks the lady doth protest too much. I know you're not a lady, John, but my point is, if you overly protest it, it's going to just add to the drama. So the best thing you can say is, well, that's not who I am. I didn't do that, and leave it at that. And people who believe you will believe you. People who don't won't. But those people are probably not your friends in the first place. You feel me? Let me know if you have any other questions on that, John. Ellen May says, hi, sweetie. Hey, girl. Hey, how you doing? And Denise is here. Eden Denise, she says, good morning, Angie. Made Facebook friends with 2 of my ex-narcissist exes, hoping that somehow they found the truth about the narc too. But taking the indirect approach and being nice to them to show them the narc is not. I can't see the rest of that one, but I think that's a good idea. Be very careful. Don't assume anything because narcissists do tend to dip back into old pools for supply. So be careful. Don't trust them with anything important until you fully understand what you're dealing with. But I will tell you that getting to know my ex-narcissists, later exes after me, certainly gave me a lot of peace because I learned that he treated them pretty much the same way he treated me. So that, not that I'm saying it's a good thing, but I'm saying it helped me understand that it wasn't me. And it wasn't until many years later that I did get to know them. So um, Cindy Crawford is here. She says, good morning. Good morning, Cindy. How you doing? And Angela Washington says, good morning, Angie and all. Good morning, Angela. Welcome. How are you? Shannon O'Brien says, hello, rock stars. Brian says, your son is priority. We can't have you all the time. Indeed. Thank you, Brian. I love you, honey. Julia Castle says, hello. Hello, Julia. How are you? And Guardian Wolf is back. Hey, girl. Hey, how you doing? How's the baby? Hope you're feeling well. It's good to see you today. Trish Meyerly says, I started dating a man after 6 months of no contact with a narc. 3 months in, I was still grieving the ex-narc, and the new guy, I just couldn't, had to end it. Well, listen, that's okay. It takes a while to heal. It takes time to heal. And I don't want you to put yourself in a position where you feel so overwhelmed like that. It's okay. You tried and just maybe it wasn't the right time. So give yourself a little time to heal and then keep moving forward. All right. All right. And stay with us, Trish. We're always happy to see you here too. Do you want to talk about it? Do you have anything else you want to share with us about that? My 2 cents says today is my 5-year anniversary with the narc, but 33 days no contact. Rough day. Oh, honey, I feel you. But I'm really proud of you for doing what you're doing because I know you went far to make this happen, and I'm just I know it's hard and I know it's a rough day, but instead of focusing on the fact that it's a rough day, maybe focus on what you want and what you need in this situation. You feel me? Focus on taking care of yourself today, doing something fun with your kids and keeping your mind off of that person. But if you need to date him more and take it and then start over again tomorrow, let me know how you're feeling. Natasha Rawson, hey girl, hey, I made a video for you yesterday. Did you see it? Let's see here. Stop the Chaos is feeling great again. Oops, I lost her place. Hold on, let me go back up there. Stop the Chaos. Hold on, I'm just going to find you this way. Here we go. She says, I'm feeling great again. 2 days with no need to talk to him or see him at all. Hey, that's great. You know what? That means you're totally moving in the right direction. And she said, fog is lifting and I'm getting excited about the future again without him. Do you notice how when you don't spend time with him, you feel better? I'm just saying. I'm glad to see that. I'm glad you're doing better, honey. Eden Denise says to John, nope, it's like quicksand. Any resistance and you'll sink even more. Just ignore it. Yep, agreed. Yep. I mean, like I said, if there are people that, are your people, I always joke around, these are my people, those are your people. If there are people that are your people, then maybe you say something to them. But mostly I agree with what Eden Denise says. Don't waste your breath. Mary Can says, good morning, Angie and all. Good morning, Mary. How you doing? And Bonnie says, Bonnie, Brad is not with us today, but he will be with us again in the near future. We're just changing our schedule a little bit. Today I had a second session that I usually do for support, and I wasn't able to do it today, or I'm not positive I can do it today. So we're rescheduling. Be rad. But she says, I'm just curious, do you notice that narcs seem to love to go to funerals? What's up with that? Oh, interesting. I have seen some of that. And I think, it's in a weird way, I think they enjoy seeing people display extreme emotion because, for one thing, their own emotions aren't very real. And I think they get a little bit of supply out of it. And I guess it depends on whose funeral it is and stuff like that. That is weird. What's up with that? I think it's probably a supply thing. What do you think? Malta says, hey, Colleen. More DeLuca says, snowy day here. So we'll be watching movies and painting and baking. Oh, that sounds lovely, actually. No snow here yet. I like a snow day every now and then, especially like on a Friday or a Monday. Michaela Hansen says, good morning, Michaela. She says, I'm feeling overwhelmed today. My mom has had MS and had an appointment with her neurologist yesterday. And the part of her brain that controls her walking is showing a lot of deterioration. I'm so sorry to hear that, Michaela. I'm so sorry. How are you feeling? Is it upsetting to you? Is it stressing you out? I'm so sorry. I can only imagine. Madeline Gutierrez is here. Hey, girl, hey. She says, good morning, Miss Angie. Roomies, last night I drove 3 hots to bring toiletries to Harvey people. Oh, cool. She said, I stopped at a Love's and picked up water in my tank, and so did 50 plus cars. Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. Renee says, good morning, everyone. More DeLuca says, Bonnie, I've noticed that. Yep. Jill Mousling is here again. She says, good morning. Good morning, Jill. How you doing? Shannon O'Brien says, making another pot roast. Yum, yum. She said, we ate the last huge roast in 2 seconds flat. Family loves it. Yeah, pot roast can be really good when you do it right, for sure. Yeah. Malta says, good morning, Bonnie. Michaela Hansen says, I feel so much like crap. I feel like so much crap has been thrown at my family, and I don't know how to cope with everything today. Michaela, I know you're going to think I'm crazy, but my suggestion is start by thinking of things you're grateful for. Um, when you feel like this is the most important time for you to sit down and go, okay, what do I have left to be grateful for? What can I think of that's good and that doesn't suck? Because when you can do that, you can start to open your vibration toward happy, good things again. And right now, if you're focusing on everything's been thrown at my family, unfortunately, you're going to be drawing more of that into your life. So try to focus on the things in your life that you're grateful for. Maybe you're grateful for, the time you still have with your mom, or the time your mom can still do what she can do now, or maybe you're grateful for, your home or your pillows on your bed or your breath. We could go on, but you see what I mean? This is an important time to focus on what you want and not what you don't want. And it feels like the most unnatural thing to do when you're sad, but it's really so important. So, Michaela, please, 10 things you're grateful for, 3 things you love about yourself while you're at it. Think about it. Let me know your thoughts. Kendra is here. She says, good morning, beautiful lady. Good morning, Kendra. How are you, my love? Welcome, welcome. And Bonnie says, yeah, Maura, it's so odd, right? For sure. Colleen Brosnan says, they wanted to get married, but now New Supply is pregnant 2 months. Woo-wee. What? Oh, are you joking? The new, really? Oh my gosh. What did they went and they got her, what? Oh my gosh. What do you think about that? Good. Don't play the games. That's crazy. Yeah, the games begin while the supply's at work. Oh, Colleen, you're such a smart lady, and I'm so sorry that she's doing that to you. That is just outrageous. Stop the Chaos says, redecorate. I'm glad you're not playing that game, by the way. Colleen, proud of you. Stop the Chaos says, I redecorated a room yesterday as you suggested. Oh, yay. She says it feels so new today. Just rearranging and adding a few things, just like my life. Love it. I love that. It really makes a huge difference, doesn't it? The smallest little things. I mean, just moving a room around and making it your own, it makes it better. I don't know. It's crazy. Congratulations on that. That's awesome. I'm glad you tried it. Heather Michelle says, hi, everyone. I let that narc come over to do laundry and sex until then he left, and I didn't hear from him again until 4 a.m. to pick up his laundry. Oh, she says, I threw it in the street. Make me stop. Heather, do you think that you're addicted to the physical stuff with him? Is that what it's about? Is it something else? I mean, that's terrible to show up at 4 a.m. Like, I'm sorry. Um, is it possible that you're addicted to the intimacy, or is it something different? Let me know. Samarian Studemeyer is here. Good morning, Samarian. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Bonnie says, hi, Colleen. Who says, hi, Bonnie? Hey, Colleen, says Cindy. And Tommy D says, morning, peeps. Good morning, Tommy D. How you doing? Cynthia Morris says, I wanted to leave next week, but the narc said he wouldn't be able to handle the rest of his career. 2 weeks from now, and then 6 months next year for a thesis. So I made him a proposal. I'm going to get to your proposal in a minute. John S. says, thank you. Good morning, Tommy D. And Shannon O'Brien says, Malta. Madeline says, amazing friends who came to the rescue. My cup, oh, she's blessed with amazing friends who came to the rescue. Her cup runneth over. She says, girlfriend drives to pick her up. Love apparently will pay for the damages, but we will see. Have a blessed day. Well, I'm so glad to hear that. Did I misunderstand? Are you saying that something happened to your cafe? Or are you saying that you went and you took meals to someone? I thought you said you were taking meals to someone, but I'm glad to hear that you're doing better. I hope you're okay. I hope you're okay. Are you okay? Colleen says, hi, Malta. Natasha says, thank you for answering one of my questions the other day, Angie. Someone else, he's got someone else again, but he's denying it, so I dumped him today. He's not bothered, of course. Natasha, you're too good for him, honey. You are. You don't, there are people out there who would actually choose to just be with you and not someone else. And if you are not the kind of girl who wants to share her person, girl, stop being with him. He's not worth your energy. He's not worth your time. You're way too pretty and too smart and too amazing to have to deal with that crap. I'm just saying. Okay, moving right along. John S. says, thank you, Eden. Eden says, the narcs exes are two very sweet women. Yep, there you go. She said, I just don't want them to be hurt anymore, and they both have children. I feel I've got to at least try to warn them. Do you think you're going to warn them about the narcissist? Are they his children? Are they your, were they before you or after you? Let me know. Um, Colleen Brosnan says, good morning, Cindy. Nathy Inn is here. Hello. Hello, Nathy. Is it Nathy or Nathy? Good morning. I'm pregnant with an arse baby. He walked out on us, she says, and is not in our lives. How vital is it for him to sign his parental rights away? I don't think he'll ever come back, but I don't know. Okay, a couple things. Yeah, he will come back most likely. Secondly, I don't know where you're living, but where I live, if the narcissist, if you're not married and the narcissist, or I mean the father, doesn't sign the birth certificate, then legally he's not the parent of that child. I don't know how it is where you live, but that's something to consider. I don't think that he'll need to sign his parental rights away unless you put his name on the birth certificate. The downside to not putting his name on the birth certificate is that you won't get child support. But if your narc is anything like my narc, you probably won't get it anyway. So you have to decide what to do. Depending on, does he know that you're pregnant? Because I think if he doesn't know, you might need to tell him and let him make that choice. I know that's terrible, but I don't want to say, sign away somebody's rights without them being aware of the possibility. I am not a legal advisor. I do not have legal advice to give, but from me to you, I would say consider whether or not you want him to be on the birth certificate. And even if if you're not married, and in my state where I live, and have you don't have the right to put the name on the birth certificate without them signing it if you're not married. So something to think about. And as far as whether or not he'll come back, chances are he probably will at some point, especially when you have the baby, just to get a good look at the baby. And then, if the baby looks like him, you may find that he decides to kind of hang around a little bit to see what turns out with the baby. So be aware of that and be prepared for that. Be very careful. They love the Hoover. Heather Michelle says, Tommy D, save me. I'm so bummed I let him do this to me. Heather, don't beat yourself up. Just keep moving forward. Maybe you needed to go through that in order to recognize what you were really dealing with. Maybe sometimes you forget. And so maybe something you can try is sitting down, writing out a list of all the things that make you not want to be with him, and keep that list close. And the next time he calls or texts, look at it before you respond. It can help. See, absence makes the heart grow fonder. So if he's away for 2 days or 2 weeks or whatever, and you've previously seen him 24/7, it'll change the way you see things at that. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Let's see here. Heather Michelle. Okay. Ashley Thrasher is back. Hey, Ashley, how you doing? Welcome back. Says, hey, everyone. I feel like therapy is at a standstill. She keeps telling me I need to stop talking about my ex, but I can't help it. Well, I hear that a lot, actually, when people with my clients, sometimes they call me because they can't stop and they need someone who will listen. And sometimes you need to go through talking about your ex because you need to work it out in your mind, and it takes time. And if they haven't been in a situation, the therapist that you're dealing with doesn't fully understand what you're dealing with because either they haven't been there or they haven't been educated about it, or both. They don't get it. If you were talking about a regular person, it might be different. But because the narcissist sort of gets inside our soul and rips stuff apart in there, we really need to work through it. And sometimes it takes longer than it would take a regular breakup. So I understand completely. Just keep coming here with us and we'll talk about it with you whenever you need us to. And until you're ready, and maybe explain to your therapist where you're coming from and say, well, I want to stop talking about the ex, but I don't know how to stop talking about the ex because I haven't resolved the issue. Part of the reason we can't stop talking about them is because we never get closure with them, do we? We always end up kind of in limbo until we just, I guess it's over. I don't know. It's horrible. I know. Bonnie says, yeah, Great question on the smear campaign. More videos on that. It's hard not to defend yourself. Totally agree. And I heard Jabani. I'll make sure I do that. Jillian says, I'm depressed, Angie. I'm trying to focus on what I can do and not the injustice of work. She said, I've never had such challenges before with a job. Stepped on the scales yesterday and saw that I've gained 27. Oh, honey, I feel you. Trust me. She says, my boss expects too much. With the abuse going on at the office, I know I need to walk. So, Jillian, what's stopping you from leaving? Is it just, are you looking for another job? Are you thinking about what you're going to do? Are you scared to leave? Tell me where you're coming from right there with that. Is it because you feel obligated to the job? Is it because you don't think you can make it financially without the job? To kind of fill me in here on this. I think I remember you telling me you left your private practice to do this job, didn't you? Um, Stop the Chaos says, let myself fantasize about the new mailman yesterday. That's new, she says. It is so over with my narc, and I'm not getting back on the merry-go-round with him again, so bring on the mail. Great. I love that. But really don't date anybody yet. Just give yourself a little time to heal first. But then I like that you're thinking about it. That's good. Jillian says it's almost like the mirroring of the narcissistic relationship because I've given way too much of myself. Yep. She says, I keep thinking, yay, I found something else to work on. Don't beat yourself up, Jillian. It's a process. The whole thing's a process. And it is kind of like a mirroring of the narcissistic relationship. And so maybe this is a little test for you from the universe. But I don't want you to be afraid to set your boundaries. And if that means that you have to leave that job to enforce them, do that if you can manage it. I mean, obviously I don't want you to put yourself in the poorhouse or whatever. I don't want you to go broke. But if you are this miserable, start saving your money on the side and start thinking about what you want to do to change things. Like I said, I have a couple of ideas for you, but you would, to get to I believe there are things you can do similar to what I do, but from a legal perspective with proper disclaimers, I think you could do a lot. I have a lot of really good ideas for you, and I'd be happy to work with you on them if you ever want to. Um, Tommy says STC, special delivery. Stop the chaos. Yeah. Oh, Tommy D. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Stop the Chaos says Narc refuses to go back to counseling after 3 sessions. You won't help yourself. I won't help you. Darn right. And I wouldn't even be going to those sessions with him anyway, because as we all know, narcs like to victim blame, don't they? Oh, Guardian Will says baby Raven is over 18 pounds now. Aw. I wish I could see a little picture of the little baby. I know I got to see one before. I'll have to look and see if he puts more out for us. Wait a minute. I lost my place. Okay. Hmm. Okay, hold on. I'm looking. Hi, Lachana K. Lachana K. She says, very happy to meet you. Very happy to meet you too. Somebody's calling my phone. Let me make sure it's not important. And I missed it. Okay. Or was that a text message? Okay. Let's see. Sorry, I wanted to get back where I was because I missed from Guardian Wolf. Oh. Sorry. Okay. Baby Raven is over 18 pounds now. Okay. Bonnie says the narcs seem to love funerals and or if someone is in the hospital too, they want recognition or something. I don't know. Oh, that's a good point. A lot of the caregiver narcs are really into the hospitals and the funerals and stuff. It gives them a chance to show everybody how, much they can do for everybody else and blah 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 blah. Silliness. Yeah. And since they don't have empathy, it doesn't hurt them to watch other people in pain as much. I don't know. I think the recognition is part of it. Cynthia says, I told him that we're not a couple anymore, so I'll dip Earth I want to with who I want to, not romantically because I'm not prepared for that. And he agreed while I stick to my end of the bargain, support him. You have to support him? Why is that a bargain? What? Cynthia, why do you have to support him? Help me understand. Am I missing something? I feel like I'm missing something. James LaCroix says, good morning, Angie. Are you feeling better? Thank you, James. I'm okay. Yeah, I've got just a tiny little bitty, I want to say it's allergies, probably a little tickle, a little sniffle, but I'm all right. I feel okay. Yeah. As I'm coughing. Okay. Stop the Chaos says, it is like I had to go through the patterns a few times to see it's best to stay away and concentrate on raising my kids rather than try to work it out with someone who wants to argue all the time. Yeah, I feel you, my friend. I feel you. Um, wow. What? All right. Good morning and hugs, Malta says to Jillian. Maura DeLuca says, yeah, Bonnie, my daughter's dad seems to thrive on tragedy, funerals, etc. Isn't that weird? I don't, I think, I really think it has to do with some kind of offhanded supply, or it could be excuse me, my nose is so itchy. It could be the fact that they simply enjoy the attention that they might get or whatever at these things, or being able to do the caregiver thing and get attention that way. Trish Miley says, I think the new guy was going way too fast. Like he wanted me to move in right away. She says it was nothing like the narc, but it had signs of being controlling. I dodged a bullet, I think. Smart girl, smart girl. Yeah. When they move too fast, if it's just like true love and they're just like so into you and they can't stand it, then if you say to them, hey, you're going way too fast for me, I need you to slow down, they will. Because if it's true love, they'll wait forever if they need to. But if you say, hey, you're going too fast, I need you to slow down, and they're like, what? I'm so offended and hurt by this, or something to that of that nature. Yep, you dodged a bullet. And Trish, I think, what I'm really proud of you for is following your intuition and not, and setting your boundaries and not allowing yourself to be sucked in by another narcissist if that's what this person was. And not every toxic person is a narcissist. So, you know, okay. Sultan's Empire says I was too late to get out. My ex-wife put me in jail. Wow. Saying I would stabbed her, starved the kids, and I was facing 2 years prison. Oh my God. Here's the good part. I beat the case and won full custody. Well, congratulations, my friend. That's amazing. Um, Mary Kayan says, I have to determine if my husband is a narc, and I ended up letting him move back in. Things aren't great, but I'm doing it. He wants to work things out. I don't know where I stand with that yet. Mary. Let me ask you a question. I understand where you're at, and I respect it 100%. But my question is, regardless of whether or not he's a narcissist, does he treat you well? Does he treat you like you deserve to be treated? Does he treat you with love? If he does, great. But if he doesn't, what made you make him leave in the first place? Why are you allowing him back now? Do you think he's going to change? That's my question. And I think the biggest thing I think the tipping point with toxic narcissism, NPD type stuff, is empathy. Does he show empathy to you or other people in your family? Because they're really good at showing empathy to strangers sometimes, or pretend empathy. They're really good to seem like, they oh, let me help you, let me do this or that. But what happens behind closed doors? Does he show you empathy behind closed doors? If you're hurt, does he try to help you, or does he be like, come on, just get up and move, walk it off, shake it off, you're fine? You know what I mean? If you have a problem, does he sit down and look you in your eyes and listen to you talk about it? Or does he complain that you're always complaining or that you're always trying to control him or whatever? I guess that's what I would ask you. I don't want you to feel like you're sliding backward. If you were supposed to, are you safe? Are you happy? Is it something that's worth trying? I mean, let me know your thoughts. Jillian said, thanks, Malta. I definitely feel like I've lost part of myself, but the good news is I know how I can gain that part back, minus the weight. I'm really upset about that, but I do know how that I can lose it. Jillian, I've gained a few pounds myself. So I'm working on that myself. So maybe we can all team up. I have that fitness group for Span, but I was actually thinking about doing excuse me one second. I was actually thinking about doing a challenge starting around January 2nd. Let me know your thoughts. Caro is here, says, I'm happy to see you back. I was afraid you were coming down with a cold. Much love to you. Thank you so much, Caro. I am coming down. I'm not coming down with a cold. I'm just dealing with some minor allergies and they will pass. Everything will be fine. I'm just allergic to stuff that floats around in the air sometimes, I think. Uh, but mostly I'm very healthy. So don't worry, people. I'm good. And if that changes, I'll let you know, but it won't because I've decided I'm living to be 117. So putting it out there to the universe. You know what I'm saying? All right. It's My Life says he took off last summer to Vegas, said he was working with his brother who lives there. Is that ghosting? Well, did he stop calling you? Did he stop being part of your life? What happened? Did he go and be with other people? I mean, let's be honest. I think prostitution is legal there. What are how do you feel about this person? How did this person react to you or behave with you while they were gone? Did they call you every day? Did they text you all the time? Or did they just disappear? Disappear. That would be ghosting. Um, yeah, it could be ghosting depending on how it worked out. Cindy Crawford says, started dating a nice guy, and after only 2 weeks, he starts being clingy and telling me he loved me. He wants to marry me one day. Really, isn't that crazy? Yeah, crazy, maybe, maybe not, but red flag signs, yes, love. It is red flag all day long. Just saying, don't. If you really look, if he really loved you somehow after 2 weeks and you said to him, hey man, I care about you, it's been fun, but I can't rush into this, I just I need to take it slower. If he doesn't slow down, boom. If he is slowing down happily and I mean, he might not be thrilled about it, but if he's willing to slow down and he does slow down and take it, take your lead, then fine. But if he if he doesn't, then bye. Red flag. I don't know about you, Cindy, but I definitely would not want to jump right back into another relationship, especially one that went, that's a huge red flag, is all I'm saying. One of the things narcissists love to do is jump into a commitment because they know that, once 2 weeks in, they know you're an empath, and they may not call it that, but they know you're somebody who will commit when and if she's ready to. And they know that you're somebody who probably loves hard and will do anything to make a person happy. But here's the deal. They also know they can take advantage of you if they see that in you. And you, my love, I'm really proud of you because you're sitting here going, what? That's really good because you're showing that you realize, okay, this is weird. This isn't right. It's a red flag. It's a red flag. You're right, Cindy. It's a red flag. I hope that you aren't indulging in that conversation. I hope that you're considering either moving on or giving him the opportunity to continue with you by saying you need to slow down quick. Just saying, don't rush it. Tommy D says, Bonnie, there was so much death and sickness around my ex-narcissist. It's like they thrive, on the dark emotions. You know what, Tommy D? That's very insightful, and I think you're absolutely right. I have actually, I have actually seen narcissists like kind of smirk when they see something horrible happening. Like they'll kind of watch. I've seen them watch with kind of this glazed look on their face, and you'll kind of see the corners of their mouth turn up a little bit, like subtly. But if you know them, that they're enjoying that. It's outrageous. I can't even. I can't even. Um, yeah, totally get it. Totally get it. I think that's really, really perceptive of you. Um, Bonnie says, yeah, more. They seem to thrive on tragedy for sure. For sure. Trish Marley says, I started sleeping in and missing the live chats, but I watch videos often. That's awesome, Trish. And I'm still seriously proud of you. I hope you know that. I know how hard it is to walk away from someone who seems like, they might be a good person to be around or whatever, but definitely you made the right choice on that one. Colleen Brosnan says her baby is now 7 months, so the babies will be 15 months apart. Holy shimolies. She said, my ex is saying she's happy, but something is missing, and she doesn't love like she loved me. Clearly, trouble in paradise. Shocking. Colleen, nobody's as good as you, girl. You know that. I'm not trying to be funny, but you know how much I love you. You guys, I happen to get to know, she's one of my admins, and she's also somebody I've talked with in other circumstances. And Colleen is really amazing. And her ex is not good enough for her. Colleen knows it. Colleen is got it going on. And I'm really proud of you, Colleen, for not falling for that crap. I mean, you definitely don't want her crumbs. Okay. That's outrageous. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, shocking for sure. More DeLuca says, yes, in the hospital. The 2 years his dad was in a nursing home, he was there every week, but he posted about it all the time to get sympathy. It was also one of his pickup tactics with all the women. Yep. And he probably flirted with the nurses too, and the little nurses' aides that are 18 and 25 years old or whatever. You know, yeah. I know. Um, I know. And that is exactly the kind of thing they do. They love the attention from the staff at the nursing home. They love the attention on Facebook and all the social media things that they can get for, oh, you're such a good son, la la la. Probably he was going in there because there was some hot nurse in there or something, but I'm just kidding. I don't really know. I'm just saying I do see that. I see that a lot. And I've seen narcissists like one person I know who is a narcissist regularly posts all the tragedy she can possibly find and claims them as her own. I don't even know why somebody would do that, but that happens. So it's funny. Anyway, uh, let's see here. Privacy says, I had to email his probation officer yesterday. 1 minute. So sorry. The next peed off messages. What? What? Okay. Did you? I think I'm confused. He had to, or you had to? Stop the Chaos says, I realized yesterday my kids are still young enough that they might not remember the awful relationship, but I get to impress upon them who I am going forward. Strong, fun, amazing, not sad and stressed. Stop the Chaos. Another thing that you're doing for your kids is you're showing them that, you know what, even if you've been with somebody a long time, if they become abusive to you, you do not have to, there are no circumstances under which you must stay with an abuser. You're showing your kids that you're standing up for yourself and that you're standing up for them and that you're all going to have a better life as a result of it. That you're a strong, confident woman who doesn't need a man to survive unless she wants to have a man. You don't need anyone per se. And the same for men. You don't need a woman, you don't need a man, whoever you are. You only need yourself, and as you can grow and change, you can learn to love people and incorporate them into your life, but you don't ever have to tolerate abuse, mental, physical, emotional, or otherwise. And that is a beautiful message to share with your kids. And yeah, they might not remember the horrible stuff about the relationship. And as you said, you get to impress upon them who you are going forward. And I love that. And you are strong, fun, and amazing. And I'm really proud of you. Okay, moving right along. Okay. Oops. Sultan's Empire says, Malta, I'm still trapped caring for her. She's in a shelter. She looks terrible, but she's dangerous. I'm always struggling to fight with how I can fix the situation. I just hate people doing bad. I understand that, but if you're taking care of your children, you do not have time to be worrying about an abuser like her. So keep your chin up and know that it's going to be okay. Do what you need to do to take care of your kids. Privacy says, well, my whole Narcs family were always attending funerals. It's not funny to say that, but, um, you know, again, there's a reason, I think, that some people kind of attract that to themselves. I don't know. Bonnie says, yeah, I agree, Angie. I think you're right. It is a supply thing for the narcs, the funerals and hospitals. They are sick in the head individuals. Yeah, indeed. Indeed. For an empath, it's really hard to go to a funeral because we feel all the pain in the whole damn room and all around it. And I find it very difficult to do it. I'll do it, of course, if I need to do it, but I try to not, you know, unless I know a person personally, I'm probably not going to their funeral and I need to know them personally. So, yeah. More DeLuca says his sister got mad at him because he posted a pic when he was looking horrible and at death's door. Aw, Shannon. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me scroll back up. Morris says his sister got mad at him because he posted. I'm not surprised that somebody would do that. It's attention seeking, I'm guessing, right? Shannon O'Brien says, I was happy for 10 minutes singing yesterday to Michael Bublé Christmas songs. First time happy in 6 months. I think I'd forgotten what happy feels like. Looking forward to more. Oh, I'm so, so excited. 3 more days, right? Till she's out. She's in the. Okay. But really, Shannon, that's amazing. And I hope your kids were around with you. And if they weren't, make sure to give them one of those moments too, because it's so fun to sing Christmas songs with your family or whatever you're into. Holiday songs. Let's see here. Kate says, advice. I'm tempted to talk to the narcs previous to me ex. Spoke to her in the past and most recently for an hour a week ago. We have this common bond of being injured by the narc. I want to comfort her. Okay, here's my advice. Yeah, you can do it, but watch yourself. Watch your heart. If you start to feel triggered a lot during the conversations, you might want to slow down a little bit, try to talk about other things. I am friends with one of the 2 exes that I met of my ex-husband. The other one I'm not friends with. We just don't talk. We don't have anything really to say. We're very different people, and she's anyway. But my his third wife, which was so I was, as far as I know, the first wife, and then there were two others that I know about, and then now he's with somebody else. I don't know if they're married or not, but his third wife was young enough to be his daughter. In fact, I think he was actually a year older than her father. But anyway, um, she is a lot younger than me, but she just, anyway, she got remarried and she started a family. But I got to know her before she got remarried, and I actually really like her. She's a lot like me, except she's a lot more direct with her words sometimes. But I love her, and yeah, so I think you can totally be friends with her, but you need to keep, like, Megan and I have gotten this kind of funny shorthand. Like, we joke and we say our ex-husband. It's funny to say that. But if you're both emotionally over it, in this case, wanting to comfort her is totally understandable, uh, and it certainly does feel. I think it's okay to watch your heart and watch your energy, and make sure that you're not hurting yourself in the process. Because with his my ex-husband's second wife, I actually spoke with her for a while. And she kept calling me and telling me about all the problems they were having and how miserable she was. And at first, I was like relieved to hear her saying these things. But over time, it became a struggle for me emotionally because I was being really, really triggered by the stuff she was telling me. So eventually, I had to kind of stop talking to her because of that. So just take care of yourself first. If it's not hurting you emotionally to do it, go ahead. If it's hurting you emotionally, either change the topic and talk about other things, or step back a little bit. That's my advice. Tommy D says, I agree. Huge supply for them talking about funerals. He says, oh, yeah, just like church, where they play the victim well and have an endless supply of sympathy and care. Fake yuck. Agreed. Shannon O'Brien says 3 days. Yes, I knew it. That's awesome. I bet you're kind of get a little cheerful about that. Privacy says good morning to you, Malta. And Shannon O'Brien says, yeah, till movie day. Okay. Cynthia says this whole chat is a roast. Roasted narcs for lunch. That's so funny. Bonnie says, yeah, church also very true. Jean Stanley Canada is here. She says, hello, Angie and everyone. Hey, Jean, how you doing? She says, I've been watching for a while now, and I'm so happy to have found my tribe. Happy to have you here, honey. She says, just learning to use technology. So happy to be here with you all. Well, Jean, I am happy that you are here. Welcome to the tribe. Welcome to the Spanily. We are happy to see you. All right, let's see here. Stop the Chaos says, I have just realized how well I've treated his family in contrast of how he's about to treat them. They're in for a shock. I should have been thanked every day, and he should have been so proud to have me. Damn right. That's right. And you don't have to keep doing it. All right. I'm so proud of you. Okay, I'm about to wrap up here, you guys, because I need to check on a couple things. But let's see. Maura says he never posts pictures of people alive and well, just sick and dead. That explains a lot about him, doesn't it, Maura? Guardian Wolf needs courage. Okay, you guys, listen, I'm really sorry, but I've got to run. Um, I will try to come back at 1 o'clock. If I do, I'll text you guys. Those of you who are signed up at 33222 AngieLive, Malta might put that in the chat for us, that information, or I think it might be below this video. But I'll be back here. If not at 1 o'clock today, I'll be back later with some other video, and then I'll be back tomorrow for our usual session. But if I'm able to be here at 1 o'clock, I will totally be here. Have a lovely day, everybody. Thank you so much for being a part of my life and a part of my day. Thanks for letting me be a part of yours. I will see you so soon. Hugs and love.